What's up everybody, David here, and today we're checking out the Overloud THU Slate Edition. Now, I already reviewed the full version of THU, and long story short, I loved it. I think it's fantastic. It sounds great, it's easy to use. I just didn't think the rig player function, which is basically like Overloud's version of a Kemper, I didn't think the rig player was as game-changing as people hoped it would be, but regardless, I thought THU was fantastic. Now, a couple days ago, Slate finally released their own Slate Edition version of THU that is now included at no extra cost within the Everything bundle. It is obviously a watered down version of the full THU, but today we're going to jump into the program and take a look at what is different, what is missing. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of free presets to try out for yourself, and I'll take you through each preset and show you what it sounds like, but we're just going to check out how this differs from the full version of THU. Let's get started. So first, let's talk about what is different. Now, for me to tell you everything that's missing, that would be way too much work and way too much time. Now, I'll just start by saying the full version of THU comes with 93 amps, 52 cabinets, and 77 pedals. The Slate Edition comes with 30 amps, 19 cabinets, and 33 pedals. So obviously there is a pretty big difference in the quality of stuff from the Slate Edition compared to the full version. So let's take a look at the few specific things that are missing. I have my guitar already plugged in and ready to go. This is my Schecter Avenger. And yeah, I'm going to use this to show you guys the tones today. So right off the bat, this is the exact same interface as the full THU. You have all your presets on the left, all your tone pieces on the right, like your amps, effects, cabinets, and it's literally the exact same thing. So right off the bat, a few things I noticed that aren't in here. There is no 5150 amp. There is no shimmer reverb, which is really, really cool. And there is no third-party cabinet loader. So you have this Steven Slate cabinet IR, and these are included with a bunch of Ownhammer impulses, which are fantastic, mind you. They are amazing. But you cannot load third-party impulses into this version of THU. For me, that's not personally a deal breaker because I happen to like the cabinets that are included, happen to like the ability to move the mics around, but for some people, I mean, not even some people, a lot of people are really into impulses, so they can't use impulses, they might not be using this software. So that does kind of suck that it's not in there, but for me personally, it is not a huge deal breaker. One thing I'm very happy they kept is this pitch shifter, so I have a guitar for every tuning that I would possibly want to play in, except for drop B. So I use this to play in drop C, and then to drop B at any time. So that's really cool. I'm really happy they kept that in there. But overall, there is quite a big difference in amp models that are included with THU and effects models, but honestly, I'm still getting fantastic tones with what is here, and that's all that really matters. So let's start with the tones. This first one is a PV6505 distorted channel using the rig player and the Ownhammer, what cab is this? Ownhammer 4x12 rectifier cab. Really chunky tone, quite a lot of breakup in there, which I really like. It's got a good bottom end, and this tone is just a lot of fun. It's pretty standard. I have a gate, tube screamer, a little bit of EQ, adding a little bit of presence and pick attack, taking out a little bit of low end, and then the amp and the cab, and that's pretty much it. So then we have the 6505 rig solo version, which is the same thing, but I just added delay and reverb, and now we are on the solo channel. So I pulled the presence down on this tone so it's really smooth and buttery, not a lot of harshness in the high end, and you can always pull down the delay and reverb to taste. So then we have Thick Boy Randall, which is a Randall tone that is surprisingly thick. So this tone, a lot of fun, a lot of great breakup and bite on the top end. It's got a really tight but big bottom end, which is really fun to play through. And this one, I'm using the 4x12 modern cabinet with a 414 and a 57 blended together. And like I said, really cool tone. There's a lot of breakup in this, which is really, really fun to play through. And then we have Mr. Clean, which is a very clean tone. Really simple. We got a compressor, orange amp, jazz cab, and a little bit of reverb to widen it up. And what's really cool about this amp in particular, and this tone, is it's very dynamic based on what pickups you're using. So just for example, this guitar has a Seymour Duncan, JB, and jazz pickup set, and this is the bridge pickup. And then center. And neck pickup. Neck pickup coil tap. Center coil tap. And bridge coil tap. Back to bridge non-coil tap. So this tone is very dynamic and it changes quite a bit based on what pickup you're using, which is a lot of fun. And it's also, I'm kind of using this compressor to drive it into the amp. So if you play really soft, you get a very clean tone. But if you kind of beat the crap out of it, it starts to distort on you. It gives you a very nice distorted tone. So next we have Mr. Clean, but on drugs, which is basically the exact same tone with a flanger and a phaser. I really like to use the neck pickup on these because it really softens up the high end of the tone. It's a lot of fun. Then we have the slow gain bite because it's low gain and it has bite, and it's the SLO amp. Slow gain. So anyways, this is what that sounds like. So this one is just meant to be a really percussive, really staccato friendly type of tone. There's not a lot of gain mudding up the tone. It's very clear and it's very rhythmic, and this tone's a lot of fun. It's not the thickest tone in the world, but it's not really supposed to be. Then we have UK 75 Crunch, which is just basically a Marshall crunchy tone with whatever this is in front of it. I don't know what that is modeled off of. Modeled on Boss BD2. Honestly, I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. So this tone is really, really simple. Got a gate, an EQ, distortion, and then a little bit of reverb to widen it up. And these tones I probably put together in about an hour. It really took no time at all to make all of these. And so far, it's a pretty dynamic range of styles of tone. Even with these 7 I created here, there's a lot of different styles of music that they'd be good for creating. And there's just a lot of versatility inside of THU. Even though the Overloud THU Slate Edition might be technically a watered down version of the full program, there is still plenty for you guys to create very dynamic and versatile tones out of this. The cabinet loader I do see as potentially being a drawback for some people, but regardless, it still is a fantastic offering. And for not charging us any extra money and just throwing it into the everything bundle, I can't really complain at all. Like I said in my full review, I'm a fan of Overloud stuff. I used TH3 for quite a while, and I'm going to use THU for quite a while as well. And one thing Slate has said many times is that there will be more rigs added all the time. They're already working on bringing more rigs to the rig player, and I'm really excited to see what comes of that. I would like some more high gain stuff, so I'm gonna hope and pray we get like a PRS Archon or something. That'd be dope, but I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. And that's it for today, guys. Even though THU Slate Edition is a watered down version of the full program, it is still a hell of an amp modeler, and it is still a hell of a lot of fun. I will put all these tones down in the link in the description below, so make sure to check these out and try them out for yourself. Let me know what you think down in the comments of the tones that you heard. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Please don't say you hate them. And what do you think of THU so far? For you Slate users, how are you liking the plugin? How are you digging the tones? Just let me know what's up down in the comments below. On that note, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. There will be more THU videos in the future. I already have another one I'm working on right now. So make sure to subscribe to see that content. Ring the bell to make sure you're notified when I post new videos. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. My name is David, and I will see you next time.